Once upon a time in Wellesley, swamps, marshes, and other wet land were seen as wastelands, dark, dank places that caused disease. They were often filled in to make usable land. But now we realize it's better to protect these critical areas. Wetlands are important to our environmental health. Massachusetts adopted the nation's first wetland protection laws in the early 1960s. Today, wetlands are protected by state and federal laws. In Wellesley, the Wetlands Protection Committee of the NRC is charged with preventing harm to these critical areas and educating homeowners on how to live with wetlands.
So wetlands act like nature's kidneys. They help clear toxins from our drinking water. They're like sponges that help control flooding and prevent storm damage. They actually support the very base of our food chain. In economic terms, the cost of preserving wetlands in their natural state is far lower than the cost of repairing property that's been damaged by floods or building structures to replace the wetland functions that we've lost.
A wetland is a low area saturated by groundwater or stormwater runoff for a period of time. Wetlands develop special soil and more plant communities, different from surrounding upland. Common wetland plants include red maple trees or jewelweed. Another indicator? Mud. If you live near wetlands, you enjoy the benefits of their beauty and wildlife, but there are also responsibilities associated with these areas. By becoming familiar with the regulations for building or other activities near wetlands, property owners can make informed decisions and obey the laws. In Wellesley, some of our most critical wetland areas protect our community's drinking water, like here at Longfellow Pond in the town forest. The forest is an open space protection area over one of Wellesley's main aquifers. The upland plants and soil help filter sediments out of stormwater runoff and absorb pollutants and excess nutrients from roads and yards before the water is even treated by the Water and Sewer Department. This natural filter helps ensure the quality and quantity of our drinking water supply. Another important function provided by wetlands is flood protection. In the past several years, flooding has become more severe due to the damaging effects of climate change.
Climate change and wetlands protection go hand in hand. Here along Fuller Brook Park, this low-lying land provides a temporary storage area when the brook overtops its banks. The wetland plants like this elderberry and the sensitive fern and the elm trees that border the brook slow the rate of water running off into neighboring properties, and they prevent erosion. In contrast, paved areas can't absorb water, and their smooth surfaces can increase the speed of floodwaters. With more frequent storms, floodplains are working hard to protect streets and property from flooding, and they do it for free.
What about wetlands in your own yard? If you live close enough, within 100 feet of a wetland or 200 feet from a river or stream, before you build or change the property, contact the NRC office for guidance.
When we started our new home project, I was not even sure what we needed to do when working near wetlands. So I went into town hall and I met with the NRC staff, and they very patiently walked me through the process. From this, I learned what we needed to do to protect wildlife habitat while doing our construction. I also learned that the town itself follows the same rules when it comes to wetlands. So some of the things that we have in place for our project are erosion control barriers, protective fencing around our trees, and a plan to more than replace the trees that were impacted by the construction. It feels good to know we're working with the NRC to help preserve our wetland habitats.
Wellesley's North 40 Vernal Pool is a key example of how proper wetland protection works. This hidden gem off Weston Road is used in environmental education throughout Wellesley.
The North 40 Vernal Pool is a town success story. The pool supports a wide array of biodiversity and serves as a nursery for frogs, salamanders, and hundreds of insects and animals that start their life in the water. Uncontrolled urban stormwater runoff that flows through natural drainage or through pipe discharge systems can dramatically alter these sensitive resources. That's why stormwater management practices that cool, store, clean, and infiltrate stormwater upstream of our wetlands and water bodies is important to maintaining Wellesley's wetlands.
By keeping wetlands in mind, we can all contribute to maintaining a healthy ecosystem for every living being that calls Wellesley home.
Reach out to us by phone at 781-431-1019 extension 2292, via email at nrc@wellesleyma.gov, or make an in-person appointment to speak with us at Town Hall. We'll guide you through the process, and you and your wetlands can live happily ever after.